Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone had a good weekend. I definitely had an interesting one. And that's what this story is all about, actually. It's about this weekend. That's when it takes place. I know most of my stories, matter of fact, all my stories anyway, I think anyway at this point, have all been about, like 2019, 2020, 2022, whenever. But yeah, this is a very, very recent story. I think my first recent story, now that I say that. Anyway, this story has like a few different parts, like the main part and a couple other little side stories, which are also kind of interesting. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, as you can see from the title, yeah, we flooded a hotel room. And you're probably wondering, oh, who's we? Me and my boy Chet. He's been featured in a couple of videos. We've collabed a couple times on my channel. The Special Ed Experience is one of them. Pretty funny video. Go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Alright, anyway, on this particular weekend, Friday to be more exact, I got a hotel room. And little backstory why I got this hotel room was that I was supposed to stay down at my buddy Chet's beach house. But the thing was, he had family members already staying there. So him and his immediate family couldn't really use the house yet, since, his other family was already there. So I decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to just get a hotel a little bit closer to your beach house, just so it's a little bit, quicker. Because he lives far as hell already, let alone his beach house is even further. So I was like, you know what? I'll do us both a favor and just, go down there so I'm not bitching about the long ride and shit. Anyway, like I said, I get this hotel room, and this hotel room is nice. Like, it's very nice for, like, one person. It was a Comfort Inn of all places. And the thing about this room was that it was huge, like for one person especially. Like multiple people definitely could have spent the night. I invited Chet just to like come over for a bit, get food and shit, and we did. We got pizza, brought it back to the hotel, all that good stuff. Everything there was normal. But more about the hotel room. Like I just said, it was huge for one person. So when you first walked in, there was obviously like a living room area, I guess you can call it, pull-out couch, TV, all that good stuff. And the bathroom in there was normal. It was like a regular bathtub with a shower, nothing too special there. It was kind of a 90s vibe, which I like. That's always fun. But in the bedroom, there was another TV along with a jacuzzi tub. And I am a huge sucker for jacuzzi tubs. I don't know why. I always have been as a kid. I don't know what it is about them. I just always liked them for whatever reason. I've just been obsessed with them. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, after we eat pizza and shit, I say to Chet, I'm like, yo, like, only one person can really go in at once, but if you'd like to use it, feel free. Be my guest. And he was like, okay, sure. So I got like this Dr. Teal's, I think it's called. It's like that, not fancy, but like, adult bubble bath, I guess you can call it. I don't even know really, to be honest with you. But yeah, Dr. Teal's. And this motherfucker fills this shit all the way to like the brim, basically. And then he tells me, he's like, dude, like, I have the intrusive thought to just get a big bubble bath. And I thought he meant that he would turn off, like, the water, but keep the jets on. And even that's a bad idea. But at least turn off the water, keep the jets on, and use extra soap. And my dumb ass was like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And, I let it happen. And when he got out of, like, the jacuzzi tub, he decided to go into, like, the other bathtub and shower himself off. And I didn't think much of it. And I thought by then he had already turned off, like, the water, like the spout thing, on the jacuzzi tub. But because there were so many bubbles and shit, my dumb ass couldn't see it. So I go in the jacuzzi tub, and I'm just chilling in there for, like, a good 5-10 minutes. Chet gets out of the shower, out of, like, the other tub. He gets out of the shower. But he's like, dude. I'm like, what? But he's like, bro, get out. Shit's overflowing. I get out of this jacuzzi tub. And, dude, that shit is over fucking flowing, dude. Like, it was insane, dude. I really wish I had a video. I did take a video, but, my dumbass forgot to save it off of Snapchat because I'm just that much of an idiot. But yeah, I kid you not. Like I said, there were two separate rooms. There was my bedroom that had the jacuzzi tub in it. Then there was the living room with like the couch, the other bathroom, all that shit. This shit basically goes all the way to like the main door to the room. Like luckily it didn't, but it was like maybe like 90% full of like water, the entire floors. And I was like, oh fuck. Like there was even some in the closets too. So I did the only thing I could really think of. I grabbed all the towels from that hotel room, along with my clothes that I packed. And I packed a shit ton of clothes. So me and Chet, that's what we do. We grab the towels, we grab my clothes, and we just start drying. Like we're literally like squeezing the water out and like putting the water into like the sink and like the other tub, trying to kind of dry it at least. That did little to no justice. Like it did a little bit of help, but it really didn't. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh no, dude. I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm gonna get charged a incidental fee. Like it's not gonna end well. I already know it's not gonna end well. I was freaking out. Let's just say that. Luckily, I never got a deposit fee. I don't think anyway. I checked my credit card. It's been a few days, and I only got charged what I paid originally for the room, which was good. But yeah, my clothes were all soaked, and this brings me to the next part where I checked out of the hotel, obviously, the next day. I stayed over at Chet's regular house, and my clothes were obviously still soaked. Like, I went into the, laundry room at the hotel. I probably should have mentioned this part earlier. I ended up going into the laundry room using the dryer, and yeah, it was a little bit drier, obviously, but they were still kind of, like, damp. But luckily, once I got to Chet's regular house, along with his beach house, I hung them out to dry, and the clothes were, mostly dry. When I got back home, I ended up putting them in the wash and drying them, and luckily they're back to normal, thank God. But other funny story, though, not really related to the story, but this other part isn't really worth, story time telling, like making a whole ass video about it. It's just kind of stupid, but funny looking back, I guess. So that night, the night I was at the hotel, I went to this grocery store to get snacks and shit since I was hungry. And mind you, like, I'm tired as fuck. It's like 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. at this point. Store's about to close, and I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to get some snacks. I know you're probably thinking, oh, why don't you just get snacks from the hotel? And the funny thing about that was there was this lady going full Karen mode about her fridge, which I don't blame her, to be honest. Like, I'd be upset too if my fridge didn't work and was leaking. But, like, she was having, like, a 20-minute conversation. And I was like, dude, fuck this. I'm going to the store. Which I did. I went to the store, like I just said. And then I'm at the store, and I have a shopping cart. And this store had, like, a self-checkout thing. And I swear it was an accident. So I'm going to, like, leave the self-checkout. And I accidentally bump into someone's cart. And I accidentally hit somebody with their car. I'm like, yo, my bad, my bad. And this motherfucker, like, crashes the fuck out on me. He's like, dude, what the fuck? You gotta be more careful. Like, you gotta pay more attention. I'm like, I know, dude. I said my bad. And, like, he's just, like, throwing, like, a full-ass scene, like, in public. And then when he's walking out, when I'm talking to the self-checkout lady, because I knew her, I was like, oh, like, I remember you, because she knew my Nana from, like, forever ago. And she was asking how I was doing. This motherfucker decides to run into my cart and blame me. He was like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, he's, like, at the exit, like, yelling at me and stuff. And the lady at the self-checkout's, like, giving him, like, that shut up eye. And he walks out, and the lady's like, oh, don't mind him. He always does this. He always crashes out. I know that's off topic, but I figured I'd share that tiny little funny story, too. Because why not? But, yeah, it was a pretty interesting weekend, to say the least. Overall, after the whole hotel shenanigans and the whole shenanigans at the store and shit, it was a lot of fun, honestly. Had a good weekend of chat. We went to the beach, all that stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll say this. Yeah, if you're renting a hotel and you're, using a jacuzzi tub or even a regular bathtub for that matter, or even in your own house, don't be a fucking brain dead idiot like me and Chat were. Like, I should have, opened my goddamn eyes and realized that the water was still on and shut it off. That probably would have been cool, but no. I decided to be an airhead and jump in the water that was already in there and be like, huh, I don't think the water's on, is it? And yeah. Alright, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Walmart video, this Walmart storyteller video. And yeah, for now, take care. Peace.